All right, I think that we have gone live, waiting on some folks to get in here. We're kind of running behind this evening, but it is what it is. I see Cody has made it to the green room, and those of you that join in the chat, we certainly appreciate all that you do. Those of you that will uh, watch the replay, we certainly appreciate all of y'all. We've already had a few people tell us that they'll be here, and some that would like to be here, but just because of time restraints are unable to. I want y'all to look here. Looky there who I got with me for just a few minutes anyway. Huh? What do y'all think about that? That's my beautiful bride. Hey there, Wendy, from all the way from Nova Scotia. Yeah, appreciate Wendy coming. We had a little bit of a setback. I got Debbie. Debbie, there you are. I got the seeds in the mail today. I'm gonna put them up and show everybody what you give me. But have really looked forward. We really look forward to the having Cody on as our guest, because I started watching him, I don't know how long ago. It hadn't been just a whole long time ago. But Cody is Gail from Gail Southern Living. He is her brother, and he does hunting videos, and it was fast, Debbie. I was surprised to see him in the mail, to be honest with you. But anyway, we're going to have to do something a little bit different with this live. I'm not going to be able to make Cody, and I hope you'll forgive me for this. It won't be an hour. I'm going to have to leave a little bit early this evening. My mother is, I just got word that she had to go back to the hospital. She had a stroke last year, the end of last year, and she had another little spell earlier. So all of those of you that are praying, y'all pray for her. There's Gail right there. Hey, how are you doing? Appreciate you joining us. I tell you what, if Gail wouldn't have showed up, that'd have been a family matter to discuss, wouldn't it, between her and Cody? Yeah, I appreciate that, Debbie. And I would, if you pray, I want you to pray for her. She's had a rough, Mom is an outgoing person. She doesn't meet a stranger, and she just is all the time on the go. Never met anybody like her besides Belinda here.
I'm not outgoing.
Well, you always on the go. But anyway, that has pretty much shut her going down. They don't drive at night anymore. Well, they'll go to church, but that's about the only place they go. And hey, Stephen, it's good to see you. I told Belinda what you told me earlier, and she said that sounds like a fantastic idea. So we looking forward to that. It's just a long ways away. Hey, Glenn and Jessica, you driving home? Seems like every time I go live, you on the road somewhere. Glenn and Jessica will be our guests Tuesday, this next Tuesday morning at our normal time at 9 o'clock in the morning. So make sure y'all all join us there. Anyway, I was telling you, I got Miss Debbie from Debbie's Home Place. I don't know how good you'll be able to see that. These are blue hosta seeds. And I got some questions, Debbie. It says, I hope they will germinate next spring. Does it take them a whole year to germinate? I figured I'd just throw them in some soil and hope they go ahead and germinate. You let me know. She also sent me one of her stickers, Debbie's Home Place. See all them cats? She rescues cats. I get this thing in right. She rescues cats. She's got a bunch of cats. And she sent a nice little card. And sent us a note in the card. And I appreciate that so much. Hello, Dreamy Days. Is it My wife is even joining. Well, she's not going to join too long. She's about like me. She's got a zillion things to do. They got a thing at the church Saturday, a women's conference that she's got to go up there and prepare for. Hold on. That is what she wrote to me when she sent them last year. Okay. Hello, Vineyard Chicks. It's so good to see you here today. I guess that I don't know how many of y'all it is, but that's KK and Tree or Trey, Tree, Trie. I don't know how you say it. And Bunky. They got just a fantastic channel. Most everybody knows them. And if you don't, you need to, because they will brighten your day. I guarantee you that. Anyway, I was telling everybody earlier, if you just joined the chat, we may not make it quite an entire hour this time. And I apologize to Cody for that. But I'm going to have to run up to the hospital in a little bit. You know how it is when they take somebody to the hospital. It's like Trey. Okay. It takes them forever to get them in and get them hooked up and get them situated. But she was fine. She had went out on my dad. And anyway, I called the neighbor, and he went over and checked on him, and because they live 45 minutes away from us. But he went and checked on him and said she was talking and had her, she wasn't out of her mind like she was last time. So that's good. So, and I'm hoping the ambulance got there much quicker this time, and so they were able to get her in quicker. But look, I don't want to just since I got such a short period of time, I'm going to go ahead and get Cody up here, and his channel is Hogdeer79. And look, like we always say, you don't have to stand, but if you would, cheer him on, give him a good clap, and welcome Cody.
Hey
man, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Hey, we talk back and forth on chat.
Right. Yep.
And text even, but I guess this is the first time I've talked to you face to face, or is it?
Well, we're kind of face to face. No, we didn't ever talk on the phone.
Yeah, that's right. But I found Cody's channel not too long ago. Gail actually introduced us and recommended him to me. And because she knows I like getting in the outdoors and all that. But can you see the screen all right? Can you see the chat, Cody?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So I ask everybody in case they, sometimes people are on phones, whatever,
Right.
they don't see the chat.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, and then I can see the screen on my computer. I'm right here in front of my computer. So.
Okay, good deal. Let me tell you where I was at when I texted you earlier. I had brought my little grandbaby, my grandson, fishing. Friend of ours has a pond, and I had taken him out there. We was out in the middle of a field, and you go way in the back, and so I took him fishing. I kid you not, Cody, this screen won't do justice.
It won't be wide enough.
It won't be wide enough. Glenn's getting a phone call. It wouldn't be wide enough to show you how big a bass that was.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it had to have been 6-8 pounds. I mean, it was a good one.
Good one. Oh, cool. That is a good fish.
And I was talking to the guy that the friend of mine, he had been turkey hunting out, and he went out that afternoon, and he drove up on his 4-wheeler, and we was talking. And while we was talking, my son Hayden saw another. He said, "Daddy, there's 2 of them down here now." And
oh man,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to dabble a worm or something right in front of their face and see if I can make them attack it.
All we didn't bring our pole. We just brought him, and he had a little bitty old, maybe 4-foot little kid's pole, that he was catching his grandma on. And I'm glad that bass didn't get a hold of that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it can tear you up.
Let me tell you what I done one time. I went down there. Let me straighten the screen out since Belinda had to walk away. I went down there last year, or year before, I can't remember. I'd made a little lure. I had carved it out, and it was a little crankbait lure. And I was throwing it across there, and I hooked one. I could tell it wasn't, a little bass. And I was just reeling in, just having fun. And all of a sudden, it just got heavy on me. I was like, my goodness, It must got hung in the weeds or something. But it was coming to me. And when it got up to the dock that I was fishing off of, I kid you not, there was a bass that was hanging on to it that had been probably 8 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It was huge. And I panicked. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, what I do?
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I caught a 10-pound bass back whenever I was a senior year in high school. And it was, like I said, it was 10 pounds. And, it didn't fight that much because it was like late January, early February. And I was like, that's all you got?
I caught one time up at the camp at the Big Black River. I don't know if I mentioned it to you or not, but we go up there every Easter and do some catfishing, and we deer hunt, which we used to deer hunt up there a good bit more. But since our kids have got old enough and they get in their own families, it's got a whole lot smaller than it was when me and my buddy was kids. But they got a little farm next to us and has a pond that we always go fishing in. And we was catching some sac-a-lay or crappie, white carp, whatever people call them.
Crappie, yeah.
I grew up in Louisiana. They call them sac-a-lay over there.
Huh. But, I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Anyway, there was something big hit up in there, and I had a little bitty tube jig and had real light line on. I chunked in there, and that thing hit it, and I put it, and I mean, it come right up to the bank. I grabbed it. It didn't have time to do nothing. I grabbed it. It was at least 8 pounds. It was the biggest bass I'd ever caught. I never caught anything much over 6 pounds, but it was the biggest bass I ever caught, and I was sitting there holding it. And
it's fun when I've been crappie fishing, doing some vertical jigging, and latch onto some hybrids. And man, I mean, they'll bend you over. A lot of times they normally end up breaking you off or straightening the hook out when you're jigging like that.
Yeah, if they ever find out that they're hooked, you're pretty much done with.
Oh yeah, yep.
But for those in the chat, and I do appreciate y'all coming. Ain't no telling how many other live streams that goes on in the evening, and
there's several right now.
I generally don't come on in the evenings, but I wanted to accommodate Cody because he works during the day. Cody is a taxidermist. He's been doing that for 20 years, you said?
21 years.
21 years. And he has some very, very interesting videos that he's just put out here lately with some tips on it and a time lapse on it. And it just fascinates me, Cody. It really does to see.
Thank you.
Have you ever done, I know you have since you've been doing it that long, but like birds like ducks and turkeys and
now see, this is something that a lot of people don't know is I just do big game. I don't do birds. I don't do fish. I'm so busy doing big game that I literally was turning people away in December. I was so overloaded. Now I don't ever turn away my repeats, but yeah, I was gonna get into birds and fish, and I was always too busy to do it. So yeah, just pretty much the big game. But I've done a lot of different big game. I mean, up from all over Africa and everything.
Come say hello to everybody. You got to get in the camera.
Hello, everybody.
This is my youngest daughter. This is Faith. She just got home from work. Faith is a nurse. She works. Where are you working at?
Neurology.
She's kind of a float nurse with the Hattiesburg Clinic, the clinic over here in Hattiesburg. And she goes to, wherever they need her. But she's been at this one place for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks now. But
cool.
She just got in from work. I just want her to say hello to everyone. What you got?
I brought cake.
She brought cake, y'all.
Oh,
she's officially my favorite child now.
For now.
For now. Hey, Jan. You got Jan Cawthon?
Yeah, that's my mom.
That's your mom.
That's my mom, or our mom.
Over there, Mom. I certainly appreciate you coming on and giving old Cody some encouragement. Did you do that deer that's behind you?
Yeah, I shot that one with a crossbow. Probably about 5-6 years ago. Yeah, every mount that I own, I've done. I've never used another taxidermist. I'm 42, so I mean, I've been doing it half my life now. So
Right.
yeah, everything that I have has been done by me, which is cool.
Yeah. How'd you get into that?
Well, so I had went on a hunt with my mom and my dad and my cousin, and I shot the biggest deer that I'd ever killed and took it to a taxidermist. And anyway, I got to talking to him and watching him, and I was really interested. Thought it was pretty cool, and so I went home and talked to my parents. And I was an adult, but I was young adult, and he's like, "Well, yeah, do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to go." So my dad and I both went to a school and learned how to do it.
Really?
And yeah, and my parents did pay for it. So that was my education that they paid for. And
Hey, right now, let's just say thanks, Mom.
thanks, Mom. Yeah. hopefully I've repaid the favor.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic.
So,
Here's my other daughter. That's Charity. She's mom with Charity. Most everybody around here, at least that comes to our chats or our lives, knows Charity. She's on it near about all
I've
the
seen
time.
her. Yeah.
She came over today and let me see my babies pretty much all day, or
Oh,
a good part
nice.
of the day. But well, so you just seen it done, got interested in it, and went
Yep.
to. How long does it take? I mean, as far as the school is concerned.
It was a 2-week course, and it teaches you the basics. And so I kind of learned, what my dad and I learned at the same time, just through trial and error. The cool thing is, when I got back from the school, I talked to the taxidermist I had taken it to, told him I went to school, and he says, "Hey, you want your deer back?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, if you don't mind." And he gave me most of my money back.
Wow.
And so he's actually still doing taxidermy, and he literally called me today. We
Okay.
still talk off and on, and he had no hard feelings about it, and so it's pretty cool. There are a lot of taxidermists in my area.
Right.
There are a ton. I would say within 50 miles anyway around where I live, there's probably at least 50 of us.
Well, it sounds like that there's plenty to go around.
There is. There really is.
Especially West Texas. I guess that's West Texas.
It's West Texas, yeah.
Yeah. That, if y'all didn't know, that's where Cody is. He's in Texas. He's a little bit further west than I've ever been. The farthest I've ever been, I think, is San Antonio. Hello, Autumn. How are you? So good to see you.
That's my wife.
Hello, wife.
Isn't she beautiful?
Toes, man. You got your mama, your sister, and your wife.
I know, huh?
I won't ask you any personal questions. Hey, Autumn, I appreciate you letting Cody join us this evening. I really do. Hey, Tony, Renee, I can't remember what you wanted to be called the other day at Stevens Live. I know it was a joke, but I thought it was funny. There's Camp Silky all the way up there in Michigan. Then we got the Mod Father himself, Jesse. He's just on the road, so he's just listening. But Jesse, I do appreciate. Hey, that's another Texan right there, Cody.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's in here too.
Yeah, Taz.
Yeah.
Yep. Taz Adventure and bro. Hey, he put it. He let everybody know he he was in here too.
I was probably looking at the phone and not at the screen.
That's all right. And then we got Nick. He's from Arizona, so
yeah, I've been seeing Nick
from you. Nick is a good guy. He was one of the first ones that when I first started getting into some of the community,
right,
of the homesteading community and the a lot of the people on there. He was some of the first ones I met and just kind of welcomed me in, and him and Steven and just a number. I go to name people, I'll leave somebody else, so I don't want to do that. But,
right. I hear you.
We got Ann Dale that has blessed us with her presence. She is, have you ever watched Ann Dale? She's from over there, I think North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
That seems like one that I have seen at one time or another.
If you ever seen one of her videos, you will never forget her. She's just oozes sweetness. She's got this southern a voice and just a good lady. She's sweet and got good content, and you just can't help but like her. North Carolina, that's right.
Cool.
I got some of my moderators in here putting up your links, and appreciate that. If y'all don't mind, Charity or whoever else. Stephen wasn't able to stay very long. He told me he just wasn't going to be. He's got a mod another channel here in a little bit. The Midnight Farmhouse, Leanne. It's 6:30, so y'all go check her out. But if one of y'all don't mind, is post Cody's link every now and then as well. Andale is my high school librarian. Is it because of her glasses, Jesse? Do you always? She hadn't kept you from being quiet. I know that. Most librarians are. They always tell you, shh.
He still has that 25-cent book fine.
That 25, yeah. I probably ain't no telling how many of them I still owe. It's probably in the hundreds of dollars by now. Blenda's back.
You don't have to put me on there.
Come on, scoot over here. Everybody wants to see Blenda. Nobody cares about seeing Chuck or Cody, for that matter. They just want to see me and you. There you go. That is untrue. That is untrue. But you started 20, like you said, half your life ago. And
half my life. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I've gone in and out of it for, a little while, but I've been in it now for about 9 years straight. That's been my only income. And so I've been blessed with it.
There you go.
Yeah. So, a lot of people are always trying to strike up new business. And I've got to the point the last few years where I'm like, oh, man, don't bring it to me. Don't.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you overwhelm yourself. And
yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not careful, a lot of that can, and I'm going to kind of push into your family life. It will interfere with your family life if you're not careful.
It can. Yes. It's there's hardly a day that goes by that I don't get contacted by somebody about something, whether they're asking status, this or that. So it can really affect it. And I try to every year to try to get a good balance. And I normally always overdo it just a little bit, Well,
it's just the nature of you want to help people, and you hate to turn people down. And it's just one of the best advice that I got. See, I'm a preacher. I've been preaching for how long?
28 years.
About 28 years or so, since 92. However long that is. And one of the best advice I got was don't neglect your family.
Exactly. Yes. Uh-huh.
And I've always kept that up here. It's been, and I don't remember that much.
Yes. So my kids get home around 3:30, and I'm normally done working by then. And then we always eat dinner together most every night. And so we try, to spend a lot of time with each other.
About how many children do you have, if you don't mind?
We have 2. Yeah, we've got a daughter that's 13 and a son that's 9.
13 and 9-year-old.
Yep. And the 9-year-old's the sniper.
He's the sniper. Yep. Okay, yeah, he's in that video wanting to shoot that other deer. He shot one. He said, "Can I shoot the other one?"
Can I shoot another one? Yeah. So here's the cool thing. So he killed 2 turkey when he was 7, and then he shot some hogs. Well, so he started deer hunting. Not this last deer season, but the deer season before. So he's killed 3 deer, and he's hit all 3 in the heart with his 6.5 Grendel.
So he's
accurate. He will not pull the trigger unless it's exactly where it needs to be.
Nick wants to know how much bondo that you go through a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I didn't see that. I would say I probably use at least 12 to 15 gallons of Bondo every year. Yeah, a bunch.
When I was watching that, you was just talking about earlier, you went to the school and it was a 2-week course, and I was thinking you didn't learn all that in a 2-week course. You had to learn a lot of that on the fly and trial and error.
And before YouTube was a thing,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because I'm not saying YouTube wasn't around through some of the middle area, but yeah, I had to learn a lot of that just through trial and error, mistakes.
It's only been the last few years, really, that I've gotten on YouTube. I
Really?
mean, it hadn't been just a long time, and I didn't understand it. I mean, I didn't know. Now that I do videos and have our own channel and all that, which we put things on YouTube before, some of my children singing and
Yeah.
all that. You better go check on her, Charity. That's danger right there.
I love YouTube. We have fixed so many different things from YouTube and learned. It has been amazing. I hardly ever watch a TV. If I'm going to watch something, it's going to be YouTube.
That's us. Now we do watch. Belinda likes, and I like too, some of the old shows like Matlock and Diagnosis Murder. Some of the older.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the oldies, the good ones, the good stuff before everything got weird.
Yeah, and before that, we had we got all the Little House on the Prairie series and Andy Griffiths.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Old Yeller, Where the Red Ferns
Lassie, Flipper.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't even have a clue who Flipper was anymore.
Yeah,
but I remember that. The Rifleman, that's right. The Rifleman, we was watching them not too long back. But it's pretty cool to be able to just get on YouTube though and find, like, if you have problem, what we do is the like gardening and stuff like that.
I just enjoy seeing how other people do it.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Because just even though you know how to garden, you might want to see how somebody else does it. And I'm the same way. Oh, here's a multi-hunter. That's my lifelong best friend.
He told me y'all went to school together. One of y'all told me that y'all went to school together.
Yep. That's cool.
I've started following him on YouTube. He has a lot of the similar content as what you have.
Oh, you're following Multi-Hunter now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
I can't remember. Awesome. I think he may have. I think you recommended him to our channel, and he made a comment or something on there. I said, "Well, let me go check. If Cody recommended, I'm going to go check."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah, he's on one of my suggested channels to check out, and then I think whenever you made the call for me, I had sent him that video. I said, "Hey, check out this call and go watch the video." And so, yeah. That's cool.
Hey, I had fun making that. Oh, let's answer Nick's question real quick before I get back. What's the best thing to do if I get a mule deer this archery season and want to get a mount of him?
Yeah. Okay.
What does he need to do to make sure he
right?
He's doing it.
A lot of times, did he say where he was hunting at?
In Arizona somewhere.
In Arizona, yeah. So it could be warm. So you always want to get the skin off as quickly as possible. Get it cooled down. Get it frozen if you can, and then a lot of times, sometimes you have to go ahead and cape them off or go ahead and skin it off the face. That's something that can be very tedious. But always, you want to take pictures and stuff like that. But trying to make sure the skin is not going to spoil is always, in my opinion, and the meat are the biggest priority. But did that kind of answer, or was he asking something?
Let me just go a little bit further. If they were able to take the hide off, do they just Can they put it in the freezer?
Yes.
And preserve it that way? Is that the best
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, roll it up, put it in the freezer, keep it frozen, and then from there, now if you can put it in a freezer without having to skin it off the face yourself and let the taxidermist skin it, that's always the best thing, because obviously, we're very good at what we do, and skinning them, you can make a hole if you're not careful.
Right.
So
make a whole lot more work for you.
Exactly. Yes.
And not have as good amount.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly.
Somebody, I think Gail asked, is multi-hunter Nick?
Yep, that's Nick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that is Nick. Yeah, and he and his wife just had their 4th kid.
4th? Okay.
Yeah, they just on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little girl.
Well, congratulations, Nick. I'm proud to hear that, and I'm sure that is it a little girl you said?
Little girl. Mm-hmm.
Little girl. Okay.
Yep.
I had 2 boys and 2 girls, and we pretty much got them raised.
Yeah.
I don't reckon you ever get them raised.
The youngest boy, how old is he?
My youngest son is 19.
Okay,
no, he'll be 19
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. He'll be 19 tomorrow. That's right.
Oh, wow. There you go. Nice. Cool.
He's in school at a community college over here.
Yeah. Cool. Thank y'all for dropping Multi's page too.
Yeah.
He's trying to grow it.
Oh, goodness.
4 girls. Pray for me.
Yep.
You need divine intervention, Nick, is what you need.
Yep. Yeah, and they actually they didn't find out what the baby was going to be until it was born.
Oh, really?
This time. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, them girls, they're a little bit different than boys, at least in my opinion, in trying to raise them. But I tell you what, I come to the conclusion when my oldest one, Charity, she's in here, so she knows the story. But when she started dating and then started getting serious with her husband, yeah, she says she's the favorite of 4. She obviously wasn't in here when fate brought me the cake.
Right.
But anyway, when she started getting serious with her now husband, and I knew that it was going, I knew where it was going. I'm going to be nice, sis. I had to come to terms with that because that's your little girl. That's your little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to entrust her with anybody. So
right.
Of course, before they dated, he had to come to me and I talked to him. I tried to scare him. Hey, I want him to know that if he hurts her, I hurt him, and I hurt him way worse than he hurts her.
Right.
And then when they got married, or when thinking about getting married, he came to me and asked if he could marry her, and which I expected. And I let him know, I wasn't going to run their business, but if they ever need anything, I'd be there for him. He just needed to make sure he didn't mistreat her in any way, because I wasn't going to put up with that.
Absolutely.
But I had to come to terms with her leaving home, and something hit me. I don't know what it was. I think it was God just settling my mind. All my life, I had wanted her to be happy. That's what you want for your children. You want to be happy. You want to be responsible, but you want to be happy. Yep. And I realized this made her happy. And this made her happier than I could make her. And when I settled that in my mind, in my thoughts, it made it a whole lot easier to walk her down the aisle
until they drove off.
Till they drove off. When they drove off, now that's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
But
good words. Thank you.
Hey, she gave me 2 grandbabies, so and Nick's a good guy. Nick is her husband. I guess I can remember Multi-Hunter's name now. Just remember.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So you were talking about the girls being hard. My son's the one that's the mess. My daughter's easy.
Yeah. Well, sons, for me, I could treat them a little bit. I could be a little bit tougher on them, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I wasn't ugly or mistreat them in any way, but I did treat them a little bit different than I did my daughters. And maybe it's just because I'm a softie when it comes to the girls.
They wouldn't tell you that.
They wouldn't tell you. They'd say I was pretty tough on them. Nick is asking a question about a fish mount, and Nick, Cody said he don't do fish or.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. What was his question though? I know.
What kind of prep for a fish? I mean, do you just leave it whole and?
Now I do know how to take care of one. So you would want to get a wet towel and place that fish in that wet towel. Like I said, don't wring it out or anything. Roll it in that wet towel, freeze it, but put it in a bag. Anytime you put any kind of animal in a bag, you want to put it in an airtight bag and probably put it in 2 or 3 if you're going to wait a little while.
Okay.
So
well, I wonder if you could vacuum seal it, and if you were able to get a.
You might could. I know there's some taxidermists that do some of that with some of their raw hides.
Yeah.
So that could possibly work. But they'll last, for a year or so in the freezer if you're taking time to think if you're wanting to do it or not. So.
Creekside says that Chelsea's getting married in April, and Michaela is getting married in September. We had 2 get married in the same year, didn't we?
They weren't both daughters.
No, they weren't. I had a daughter get married in April and a son get married in November. Listen to this, Cody. Listen to I have failed as a parent with my son.
Uh-oh.
My son, I raised him up. Me and him was hunting buddies. I had him hunting when he was in diapers, literally.
Right.
Squirrel hunting when he was in diapers. And he was my hunting partner. Dove hunting, deer hunting, turkey hunting, fishing, whatever kind of hunting that he was my hunting partner. He decides he wants to get married. Guess what day? Listen, guess what day he has to get married on?
Opening day of deer season.
Opening day of deer season. Dumb.
No.
Well, I thought I raised him better than that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't just the fact that he got married and ruined I barely got in 5 or 6 hours of hunting that morning before I had to go perform the wedding.
Right.
You can let me say I didn't do that.
That's
but
funny.
Every year he's got an anniversary on opening day of deer season. So he's ruined it for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And no, not mine, because I don't have to celebrate. Oh, he was whipped.
So does the deer season in Mississippi, does it open on the same date or does it open on like a certain weekend?
I'm trying to think now. I got to look it up every year, but it's right around the same date.
Right around the same date.
Yeah.
In Texas, it always opens on a certain, like the first Saturday of November is when rifle season opens. And then our bow season is always 5 weeks before that, but it always opens on a Saturday.
Hunting before getting hitched. Yeah, who gets married on opening day? Who does that? I'm with you, Tony. Yeah. I'm with you 100%.
Yep.
It hurt my feelings. I want you to know I went home and I reassessed every decision I've ever made in my life because of that.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. You were talking about when your son was in diapers. So my son, you might have saw that short where he went hunting for the first time. He was 3, almost 4 years old, and I had him shooting a 22 by that point already.
Yeah.
So I trained him early as far as shooting. So
well, you got to. Hey Danielle, she's an Alabama neighbor, Hogland homestead. I appreciate you coming in. Hey, let me tell you what I done with Hayden when he was young. I don't remember how old, 6, 7, maybe. time has done got away from me. But I made the mistake. I got him a 410. Back in the saddle. All right. Good deal, Jesse. Anyway, he was fairly young, but I had taken him out, and I can't remember how old he was when he shot his first deer. He was fairly young. And so he shot a 30-30. That's what I had. And that's what he shot. And he killed it. And it didn't bother him at all. But when I started him out hunting, I started him out with a 410.
Right.
And my brother-in-law gave me some advice on how to make him unafraid of the flinch. You know, a lot of kids, when they first are shooting, they're a little bit scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what you do, you take a tin can, a bottle, it don't matter what it is, take him out where he has plenty of room, and throw the bottle in the air, and let him shoot in there. It don't matter if he hits it or not, but he'll be concentrating so much on that he won't think about the shot, the shock.
That's a good, wow. Yeah, I like that.
And it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Let's see. When Chelsea was born, my wife was so tired, there was no sense in me staying at the hospital. Mom and baby were asleep. I did. He went hunting when baby was born. Tony, if my wife wasn't here, I'd say you're my type of guy. But since she's here, I'm saying shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh, man.
I did take him, his first turkey that he killed, young, just a little child. And I had a buddy of mine had a lot of turkeys and a lot of jakes. And back then, well, even now as a youth, you can shoot a jake. And so I knew I could get him one. And it was right at daylight. I had a bunch of them come up, called them right up. And I had a old 12 gauge Winchester, full choke, single barrel, single shot. It would kick a mule in the teeth. I want you to know.
Yeah.
I got it when I was a kid. I was just very young, probably 12 years old when I got it. So it's an old gun. And but I knew it would reach out there. I mean, it would reach way out there and touch one. And you got to go?
Yeah, pretty quick.
Okay. I love you, sweetie. I'm about to have to get off here too. But I brought him, and he shot that 12 gauge. He was a little bit nervous with it. And I said, son, it don't kick no harder than that 30-30, and you shoot that.
Right. Yeah.
So he was confident. He shot that turkey, and we was walking out of the woods, and I was holding the turkey because he was a little fella. He couldn't. He carried it for a little bit, but he just couldn't hold on very long. And he walking back to the truck. It wasn't even daylight too good, and he said, "Daddy." I said, "Yes, son." He started rubbing his shoulder. Said, "Daddy, that hurt."
hey, at least he waited a little while. Oh man, he didn't want to admit it, but he had to. He's like, oh.
He had to admit because it was giving him some pain. Hey, Jan, how are you doing? And Hedgehog, y'all come in, and I appreciate. I know I'm missing everybody on in the chat, and I apologize, and I've probably taken over the conversation too much, but Creekside wants to know where you're located. Creekside, they're up in Canada, way up north.
Well, they were saying, Cody, where are you located?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about me, Cody, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Texas.
Texas. They come in a little bit later than when we was talking about it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cody is out in West Texas for those of you newcomers that are coming in. And look, another thing, I know some of y'all are praying people, and I appeal to y'all. Y'all pray for my mother. I'm going to have to get off here in just a few seconds and head to the hospital, but she kind of fell out on us again. She had a stroke last October, and hey, Nick, I certainly appreciate you coming in. And yeah, get over and check Cody out. I think you'll enjoy his videos. We hadn't really talked a lot about your videos, but
that's okay.
Y'all pray for my mother. She had a little episode. I'm going to run up there in just a little bit and check on her. she's doing all right as far as I know right now. But that they're going to have to do some tests on her. And of course, Dad and he's kind of worried. Dad just turned 87.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Mom, I think she'll turn 85 in October. So
wow. Well, I'll be praying for it, Chuck.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cody has a lot of hunting videos. They're not just drawn out, long 30-minute videos, but they are packed with good content. Y'all be careful, okay? And I think you'll enjoy it if you like that kind of content. I do. I like it, which I like a variety. I like to watch the hunting videos. I like to watch the gardening videos, the canning videos.
Right.
I like a little bit of all of it.
It's crazy because I really wanted the hunting part, is what I really wanted. But, it seems like the taxidermy is what's actually really doing good. And I was surprised. And so I was like, well, all right, well, I guess that might, I'm still going to do the hunting, but.
Yeah. But, well, people, especially people like me.
Yeah.
People like me, when they see something like that, to me it's interesting to see what all goes into it, and your little your tips or tricks or whatever.
Yeah.
To me is it's very interesting to know, because when we look at it, we see a mount on the wall or something. Right. We don't realize what all's going into it.
Right. Well, yeah, it's a more in-depth look. Which I guess does explain it better. And I noticed nobody else does that. And so that's kind of why I did that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, I had a video I was going to put out right before this, and I there was some last little thing I needed to edit. So I got to work on that here today, later today.
Well, look, Cody, I hate again that I won't keep.
No, man.
A good little while, and I hope everybody has got. I hope I hadn't overtalked. I have a tendency to just talk.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
I hope at least those that were able to come in got to see you and got to know you a little bit, or we'll go back and check out your channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Check that out, Full Velvet. 10-point buck mount that in full velvet.
Oh, cool.
That is cool. But I think you'll enjoy Cody. Cody, I just from the first time I watched this video, I just sometimes you just are drawn to something.
Right.
I've enjoyed it. Multi-hunter, I appreciate you coming. And Nick is Multi-hunter is Cody's good friend from high school, known each other for
about 30 years. Yeah.
He has some of the same content, which he don't have the taxidermy.
Right.
But I think you'll enjoy it very much.
Yep.
All of y'all that showed up, look, let me send y'all somewhere real quick. Southern Roots, Sherry over at Southern Roots is on, I believe. She's doing like a show and grow or grow and show, or one of those types. Last week, I just happened to get on there, and she was actually showing one of mine. So, only 10-point I got is in my wallet. Only buck I got is in my wallet. Thank you, Jan. But anyway, if y'all want to go check her out, tell her I sent you, and I sure would appreciate it. And also at 6:30, Mennonite Farmhouse, Leanne is going to be on. This will be her second live, I think. I think she's got Mouse Toes on with her. Going to go over some of the canning collaboration. And if you watch Mouse Toes, she can be a hoot. So just, if you would, send them, tell them, I'm sorry I'm not there. I'll be back as soon as I can. And but tell them I sent you over there. Cody?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. You bet, man. We'll have to do another one. Maybe we can do one in the morning here after a while.
We'll certainly try and set something up.
Yeah.
Another thing, do you have Instagram or Facebook or?
I don't have either one of them. No.
So YouTube is your only forum.
YouTube is, I have a Facebook, but I'm literally about to get rid of it just because.
Just because.
Yeah.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
Good night, Debbie. Thank you again for the seeds. I certainly appreciate it.
Cool.
I was going to say something else before I got off here, but I can't remember now. You can go to, I have Instagram, and I do have Facebook as well. Life of Blended Chuck. Just check it out that way. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Don't forget, next Tuesday morning, I'm going to have Glenn and Jessica from Gather Together Homestead on here. So if y'all would, if y'all would check us out on Tuesday morning at 9:00. Jesse, appreciate y'all coming in.
I'll definitely listen.
All right. God bless y'all. We love y'all. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks, everybody. See you later, Chuck.
We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.